To just introduce myself, I'm John from Vison, a news from Brazil. And first of all, thank you for receiving me, for receiving us to spare this time to talk with me. And first of all, if uh, you guys were very close to in the Masters and suffered a comeback from T1. So from this next tournament, next split, does this impact the team's mental state, like the mentality, the psychologically?
Um, no, not really. Like we had a big talk, after and like even when we're here, and just in general, like we had, a 14-hour plane ride to kind of think about what um we thought about the game and stuff like that. So, one thing that we kind of have been repeating is just like we're not gonna let this like affect us in a negative way. Like losses are part of being like a competitor, and a loss like that sucks. Like you're so close yet so far, and it kind of just showed that like we're not there yet, so we need to be better, and we're gonna work on being better, and we're gonna make sure that we're in that position next time, and whenever we're in it, we're not gonna let it like fall away from us. So it's been a big talking point, but I think like the general thing is just like we're gonna be there again, so we just need to make sure that we learn what we learned and apply it for the next time.
Okay, right. This is a tough defeat, but because of it, because of Masters and winning kickoff, you guys haven't played more matches this year than your next opponents, right? Like they are they are already eyeing men of G2 tactics, you are playing game, you are playing style, and I'd like to know, are you preparing something special for the VCT, or are you confident in the game plan? You present this decision, you already know how to play, what to do. Tell me a little bit more about this.
um Yeah, I mean, we've played a ton of games compared to other teams, and like we obviously know that everybody's gonna be looking at us, but it doesn't really like deter us because we know that as a team, we're very like process oriented, and like we play like a kind of a numbers game, to be honest. Like we don't leave things down to like variance and stuff like that. Like our process the whole entire game is kind of good. So even if people know what we're doing, even if people know, like what we like to do, it's different from actually being able to beat it, and like because they can see what we do, but we can obviously like pull stuff just out of our heads. Like we're not dumb players, we're not a dumb team, so it's like they can have all that stuff on us, but map pool changes and like new agent being added, like we're gonna have some new stuff, not specifically for like the first couple weeks, but like just in general, like throughout the whole thing, it's like we're definitely not gonna be complacent and just keep sticking to the same stuff. Um, if we can, innovate or just add on more.
Okay, and also because of it, because playing more matches, you are stronger than the beginning of the year, right? And also because of it, G2 is considered by many pros and right specialists, and I think by you too, is the big favorite to win this VST split, right? They are considered a super team, like with great players, but I would like from you these some teams are which are the main teams that can dethrone the current champs of America.
Could you repeat the question? Sorry, like
Like
the end.
like in your opinion, which are the main teams that can dethrone
Oh.
you or like to a possible final, right?
Um, I mean, to be honest, I think we'll just have to see. Like kickoff is it was very early in like teams, runs, and like some of the South American teams and the like like Crew and 2G and Fury and all them, like they were dealing with visa issues, so that we didn't get to see like the true form of them. Um, obviously like MIBR is always like a threat. NRG made roster moves and stuff like that. Like all these teams have potential to like kind of do good, but we don't really like think about that too hard because like we know what we're capable of. We know like teams coming in like have to beat us. It's not like we have like the only people that we really have to beat is like ourselves, like technically. Like if we lose to ourselves, like that's like the lose condition more so than like other teams. I don't think there's a single team that like we kind of fear.
Okay, that's pretty nice to know. And something that I would like to know too, you surprised and brought Chamber in many formations and proved you can be impactful with him. So I'd like to know if he your best agent, like the Angel of Comfortable. What you can say about this Leaf Chamber?
Um, I mean, nah, I don't think it was my most comfortable. Like, I think I played pretty poorly, like in Thailand with it. But in general, I mean, it's just a good agent. Like having an op agent like that, and just having an agent that people haven't played against or practiced against too hard is always like kind of like a checkmate. But my best agent's probably Viper, um, to be honest. But yeah, like it's just a fun, different agent, like a different change of pace, especially for me. Like I'm used to playing, just Killjoy perma, like last year and in Viper and stuff like that. But it's definitely like more of like a pocket pick, I guess, than like a true comfort pick.
Okay, so still talking about this matter of agents, we have the arrival of Waylay, right? And you have a great duelist in our team, a superstar with Jojmo. And is it possible to say that G2 has a plan for Jojmo to use this new duelist in your next split?
Um, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say like too much about how much we're using it and like how much we're not using it, but I definitely think that we'll be seeing Jogama Wele.
Okay, it's a secret now.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are come to the end of our interview, Liv. But this next split is longer and more challenging. The more challenging split, right? And in your opinion, what's the main difficulties and challenges you think G2 will encounter to away on the way to a possible final?
Um, I think just like surprising, comps and stuff like that, and like maybe play styles. I think the first like 2 weeks are probably the hardest in this event, just because of the fact that like you don't really know what to expect from some of the teams, and in the inverse, like they don't know what to expect for you. But in our case, like we've played so much that like they should, kind of have a grasp of what we're gonna do, because they should be ahead of the curve in terms of that. But we're just gonna have to see. But that's like the only main fear. I know once we get into the groove of things, once we start playing our matches again, and then once we start, heading into playoffs and stuff like that, we're gonna be cruising. We're so used to it at this point. Like we've been to 3 regional finals, since we've been a team, and multiple internationals. So it's like these matches in the players that we're gonna be playing against are like nothing new. So it's just gonna be about just making sure we do our thing.
Okay, so again, Liv, thank you for receiving us to talking a little bit your opinions, and best of luck in the next stage, and to finally, please have mercy of Brazilian hurts.
Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
Have a good day.